What's going on? For those watching replay, I'm about to go live. I don't know if anybody's in here yet, but if you need coaching or if you need to book a call, go to girltalkwithguys.com. I'll make sure it's in the comment section or somewhere in the description box. I think it's already in the description box. So just go to the description box. If you need coaching, if you need a call, go to girltalkwithguys.com. Share my videos if you think they're helpful. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification, hate, comment, all of those things. What's going on, Camille the Cancer? Love and respect. Nine Powers. I'm not going to be on here long. I'll probably be on here for about 30 minutes. Just wanted to come and say hi, see what y'all was up to. Like I said, I really enjoy having this office and having this place to record. And so I want to make sure I'm making use of it, even if I'm not dropping videos. Today I put a video up. So if you didn't watch the video today, 2 ways guys test women, I suggest you do. It's some real game in that video. And if you don't watch it, you'll likely fall victim to one of those because it's very, very common in the red pill community and in the player community, the pickup artist community, something that they do all the time and that they train each other to do. So I talk about those two reasons and 2 things that guys do to test women and the reasons they do that. So if you're interested in not getting played, not playing yourself, please go watch that last video and share it if you think it's helpful. Love and respect, love and respect. Hello, everybody. Let me see. We can jump right into questions. I don't know what I titled this. I think 2 ways guys test women. So if you did watch the video and you had a question particular to the video, you can definitely discuss that here. If you have a question about anything else, anything going on social media, anything going on with you, no matter what it is, we can talk about it. I'm about to set a timer because I want to make sure I get off of here on time. But I think I'm gonna set a stopwatch or the timer for 30 minutes. So after that, I'm watching a movie with my wife, and I'm going to bed because I'm gonna take my son to an amusement park tomorrow. So timer, you can't see it. Timer, 29:48. Let's dig into these questions. Just in case you don't know, if you do happen to super chat, thank you. It's always appreciated. I would never ignore a super chat, but if it's less than $5, YouTube might not show me. And because I don't have a moderator, unless somebody wants to moderate, I won't see it. But even so, a moderator is just going to be in the comment section. Only people who have my personal phone number can text me when I miss something. So that becomes the issue, not necessarily not having a moderator, but let's jump right into these questions. Hi, Kevin. I'm a big fan of yours. You've always helped me in so many ways. I appreciate you, Honey Stevens, and thank you so much for being a channel member. That's another thing you can do to support the channel. You can become a channel member. That's always appreciated. I want to figure out how to communicate with my members directly. That's always an issue because when I want to go live for channel members, almost no one shows up, and that's because they're dispersed. I'd like to figure out how to coordinate and kind of deal with my channel members a little bit more directly. So I'll be looking into trying to figure out how to gather you all. Your video was on point. As I am dating now, I think I recognize one of those tests. Yes. Again, the tests that we talked about in today's video were not about all men. It was just about the type of men who are looking to make easy use of women and quick use of women. So, it's not an all man type of thing. It's an ain't shit man type of thing. Love and respect. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat, VC. She says, how can I work on not letting it affect me when I see my gym crush? He's not interested in me, and I see him several times throughout the week. Eventually, you're going to have to start focusing on your workout and practice some distance and indifference. I don't think that you're not going to not like him. That's not normally how that works. But if you accept that there's nothing coming from it, if you accept that there's no chance, and you take that reality into every interaction you have with him, I guess it can help. But if you already know that and you're still holding out hope, it's going to make it a lot worse. But I would just, to be honest, if you can't control yourself or it's getting in the way of your peace for that day, I would probably just go at a different time, unless he works there. Does he work there? No, he doesn't work there. I would switch times if you can't get control of your emotions. Your mental and emotional health is way more important than standing next to your gym crush, hoping he finally notices you or sees something else in you. If you have lost control of your mind and emotions while you're at the gym because he's there, then it's counterintuitive and it's counterproductive to be there at that same time. I hate to tell somebody that you shouldn't have to move your gym block, but you also should have better control of your emotions and your imagination. So, if you want to do yourself a favor or at least work out in peace where you can focus on your goals, focus on your workout, you probably should switch your time. Like I said, unless you can get control of your mind and emotions. I've been in that place. I've been in this position where, you can't really focus if you're around somebody. All you do is feel them in their position in the room. You're constantly aware of where they are, how close they are. You're constantly trying to manipulate the proximity between you two. You just can't focus on anything else. And I think that's a very disturbing place to be, especially if you have no chance. So I'd switch my gym block, my time block where I work out so that I don't have to when I work out, so I don't have to always be tortured by this and it doesn't get in the way of my workouts. I'm serious about my workouts. So I don't know about you, but I want to get a good workout. I want to be able to focus on that. So that's what I would do. But there's nothing you can do to not like him if you decide he's the one. Somebody said, "Oh, but I only got a bunch of questions." Uh, oh, that's right now, tomorrow, Sunday. Yeah. I feel awful for the guy that ghosted me, but I really liked him. Yeah, being ghosted sucks. It can do a lot of damage to you mentally because people have abandonment issues, and that gives you almost no closure. And I think closure is a figment of our imagination, but it leaves way more questions than answers when somebody ghosts you. So it does a lot more damage to a person. They have to guess about why a person disappeared on them, and it's generally going to be self-deprecating. I knew that was coming. It came on slow, but I knew it was coming. Somebody said, I have a kid, but I don't like dating men with kids. What are your thoughts on that? I think that you have to be what you hope to attract. Now you can attract a man with no kids. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying I think that I don't agree that you can require something that you yourself can't necessarily offer. But I'm also not telling you that you can't have your preferences. I think that we love our kids, but we don't really want to be around other people's kids. So I get that. We don't want anybody else's, second parent drama, whether it's from a guy or a woman. So I understand, but you're in a position where a man is making that sacrifice for you and you're hoping to be loved. It would seem fair that, if a guy has to damn near raise your kids, if you do have kids and he's entering your life, especially if your kids are still young, you're asking him to be a whole stepfather and be a whole male figure, and that he's not even allowed to have kids. I understand where you're coming from, but if you meet a man that's right for you and right for your children, and he just happens to have one, I feel like it would be a foolish thing to do to just be like, "Oh, that's the rule." But it's your prerogative. It's your rule. You can do what you want. I just think that's a little backwards. JC, he said, "Damn, you didn't tell me you was going live, bro. We was just talking, but no problem. Check your DMs, JC. I did DM you. I DM'd you about 15 minutes ago. I'm gonna add you as a moderator. Now you're a moderator. Boom. But I did DM you before I went live. Check your Instagram DM. I hit you right before I went live, about 15 minutes before, maybe 10. I just decided, Honey Stevens, definitely yes, working on myself. Absolutely. Thank you for being a channel member. I appreciate you. Somebody said, what does it mean when a man takes too long to reply to your messages? It means he's strategically delaying his reply because he wants to keep you in suspense. Again, that's taught by dating gurus who are either not necessarily women friendly, or they're red pill, or they're just teaching players, or they're strategists. They're a pickup artist. Let me turn this damn ringer off. Yeah, so men are taught to delay the message, just like women tell women don't answer a guy's message right away. Everybody's applying tactics now. No one's just being genuine, which is frustrating for me and everyone, but even so, if a guy takes too long, I don't know what too long is, but I'm assuming that he's seeing your message or taking all day to reply. It just means he's probably not excited enough to talk to you if you know you're texting him in a place, in a time, in his day where he's available. Sometimes people are genuinely busy, and sometimes people aren't glued to their phone. But if you're around a guy and you see how connected he is to his phone or not, you know if he's just not responding versus if he's just not a person who's connected to his phone. My phone's all over the house. I never know where my fucking phone is. So if I don't text a person back, I'm legitimately just away from my phone. And there are people like that, but other people are always on their phone. They are always on Candy Crush. They're always on Instagram. They're always on TikTok. But then when you text them, you ain't got no reply, and it takes 3 hours. They're just playing games. That's what that is, and they just don't feel like responding to you, and that's okay. They have that right. That doesn't mean them. That doesn't mean they're bad people. But I would prefer to deal with only with people who want to talk to me to such a degree that they will be prompt in their responses, and we could give each other that respect from the face of it all, so that we don't have to play those type of games and pretend like we don't value each other's messages or words. Somebody says, with a long distance guy you never see, but made out with once, keep texting you for months unanswered. I suspect that he has a consistent woman in his life since he regularly ghosts me. That's probably true. I think when he gets bored, when he's unhappy in his relationship, when he's sexually deprived, he tries to hit you up. He's tempted by the memory of, the one time you made out. Feels like it was a missed opportunity. And while you have an answer, there's nothing else to lose. It's not like he can lose anything else. You're not answering, so there's always a shot. So that's what persistence is. It's like a persistent person says, "Well, hell, I already don't have it. So if I just keep trying, did I lose anything if I didn't get it? No." But it sounds as though he might have a consistent woman in his life. If he regularly ghosts you and then he pops up and he's really aggressive, it's just because he's having a break between the romance or the passion points in his own relationships, or his own connections with women. It might not be a regular woman, but he might be busy. And when he's less busy and more bored, he starts reaching out and grasping at straws, and you might be one of those straws. Let me see. Check my timer. I don't know what the hell my time. Okay, got 19 minutes, y'all. What does it? Let me see. Somebody said maybe make an announcement on Instagram that you're about to go live on YouTube. I used to, and I typically do, but most of the time, it doesn't seem to help the numbers or do anything to the numbers. But I like to talk to my Instagram folks, because if you follow me on a second platform, then I have a special place in my heart for you. So I in general do tell people I'm going live on YouTube, and then I delete it after the live so that it's not on my feed. But I didn't even know I was going live. And by the time you would have got it on Instagram, I would have been live already. Like I said, I gave JC maybe 10 minutes, and I had to put my son down to bed. I warned him, then I put my son down to bed, gave him something to drink, shot downstairs, and jumped on live. I didn't even know I was going to go live. I just seen a little spot in the day. But in general, I will warn you on Instagram. Let me see. I have a question. When you have asked your friends to set you up with nice people they know and they don't, what does that mean exactly? It means that they either know those people aren't into you or your type, or they don't trust what you might do or how you might conduct yourself or how you might treat that person. I think that sometimes we ask people to stick their neck out for us and stick their reputation out for us, by trying to connect us with people, whether it be business, connect us with jobs, connect us romantically with people. We always, we love our friends and we hope they love us, and in most cases they do, but that isn't necessarily all inclusive. Right? I love my friends, but there are certain friends that I would never recommend for anything, and then there are other friends that I would recommend for everything, even above myself. And so it just depends. I don't know if you lack credibility to your friends, or I don't know if your friends know the people that they know, and maybe they know what their type is, and you may or may not be their type of personality, of skin, of tone, of size, of height, of hair color, of whatever. Right? I think that we also have to consider, what our friends might truly know of us and think of us. And if they know a person that they believe is nice and deserving, have we been that to the partners and the people that we've known? Are we that to them? I think sometimes we feel entitled to the networks of our friends and our family, but they put their own reputation and their own judgment on the line when they recommend us. So sometimes we're just not in a position where we've been credible enough to recommend to others. And I'm not sure which it is. I don't know if the person that you want them to hook you up with is just like, nah, I'm good, uh, or that they just don't trust what you'll do if you got hooked up with them. But if you know who a person is and you know where they are, hook yourself up. And if they don't respond to you, then now you don't have anything to worry about. Now you know why. Um, but like I said, it happens. I know a lot of people that would never recommend anybody for anything, and that's just their personal rule. Um, JC says, just met this sexy fine lady with a beautiful spirit earlier. I don't know, trying to relax, but she seems like something and someone that I would love to get to know. For real, I was busy. I was busy talking to her. My bad. Okay, so you saw that I DM'd you. That's good. Well, I hope you get what you looking for. I hope you find what you're looking for, JC. I'm glad that you're talking to somebody new. Good luck with that, man. We're gonna cross our fingers, man. I'm always for people finding a new person and trying to figure out um, how to connect with people that have similar values as they do. Kevin, why does a guy keep coming back after we've established that we don't want the same things? He catfished me. A man can keep listen, I don't know what his particular motivation is. If he catfish you, he lacks security. So he's probably feeling insecure and anxious more often than not. I don't like to call people insecure because that identifies them as their one flaw, and I don't think that's your identity as a human being. You're flawed. But he definitely acts out of insecurity, and he's predominantly insecure as an emotion as it pertains to women. That's why a man will catfish a woman. Therefore, if he keeps coming back after you've established that you don't want the same things, it sounds as though you even accepted him after he catfished you. Because if you don't want the same things, you didn't break up because he catfished you. You broke up or you stopped talking because maybe one of y'all want a relationship and one of y'all don't. No matter what the reason is, if a man keeps coming back, it's only because he's getting met with an answer. He thinks that eventually he's going to get an answer. He knows that eventually he will get an answer. He's getting some energy back from you. Otherwise, indifference will remove a person from your life much quicker than an explanation will. People do not like to be ignored, and eventually they either move on or they make a ruckus. I think that it's easier to make a ruckus if you feel like you're going to get a response from somebody. So just be non-responsive, like completely non-responsive, 100% non-responsive. Like nothing happened. No one talked to you. No one messaged you. If you don't want him coming back, if you want him coming back, y'all don't want the same thing. So there's still no good reason to respond. Somebody said, I've been on and off with this guy for 2.5 years. We're not in a relationship, but he wants us to live together. But he wants us to live together. Should we do it? No. If you're on and off, it means you're unstable. You're unstable. If you're on and off, it means your loyalties and your commitment is lacking and shoddy at best. Wanting you to live together, what does that do if you can't even maintain girlfriend boyfriend status? Like if you can't even commit to being loyal to the relationship despite the flaws, if you can't commit to accepting each other's flaws and trying to work together to grow and evolve, how the hell are you going to live together? Like I feel like you're just going to be out of a lease agreement when you one of you break it or one of you have to continue by yourself. I don't know if this is struggle love. I don't know if he needs the help with the rent. Maybe he's a nice, make good money and he just wants a companion to live with him. But I feel like if you can't get the basics of getting along consistently together, you probably shouldn't be living together. But I'm not one who lords over this idea that you shouldn't be shacking up. I don't. That's not even in the Bible. I know people say the Bible said that. It doesn't say that. Google it. It's just not there. In no capacity does it say that. But at the same time, I think it's healthy to be around people that you can at least agree to get along with. And if you're on and off for 2 years, it just seems like you can't get that common agreement to be on the same page. So it might not help you. Sometimes women want to live together with men when they're not with them because they want to keep tabs on that man. They feel like they have a better shot at being his girlfriend or getting him to commit if he's coming home to her every night. But what they find is he's coming home late and he's leaving another woman's bed, and whatever trust issues were there before they moved in are still there. It doesn't stop. So, and a lot of times a guy wants to keep tab on a woman, the same thing. So if he wants you to move in with him, but he doesn't want you to be his girlfriend, he just wants to keep tab with you and make sure that you're not, offering yourself up to other men. Sounds like a weird situation. It doesn't sound healthy. I wouldn't do it. Somebody said, Kevin, please tell your wife thank you for letting you connect with us. I do all the time. And people say that all the time. When guys ask for my number, how can I make it clear that it's not for texting only? Um, don't respond to texts. And when you give them your number, tell them I'm not going to respond to any text messages. I'm old school. Call me. If you can't call me, throw the number away. We're not doing that. And then just don't respond to text messages. People always say what the rule is, and then when somebody breaks the rule, they just respond and do that anyway. And they might beg for their boundary to be respected or beg for the standard to be met. But if you're negotiating your standards, then you've already lost. So if you tell a man, hey, listen, you ask for my number, I'm gonna give it to you, but under one condition. What's that? Don't text me nothing. Call me, call me exclusively. I don't do text messages. If he can't follow that, then he had no intention on respecting whatever standards you put in front of him, and he's clearly out not to necessarily get to know you because you've just given him some valuable information about you. He's out to get familiar with you so he can make use of you in a way that he wants. And because he's focused on his own journey, it's easy to miss a detail like that when you don't really care about the woman or care about getting to know the woman. When I was dating, when I figured out what a woman's preference was, if I wanted to know that woman, I would abide by that preference. I'm not going to disrespect, what she's put in place just because I'm trying to be a rebel. I'm trying to be an alpha. I'm trying to lead. Like, I think that leadership without cause is like a warrior without cause. Like, you have to be leading you somewhere, and if there's a boundary or standard placed, a person can follow it without betraying their own inner leadership or inner guide. I think that if a guy's just not doing what you asked him to do from the very beginning, stop talking to him. Somebody said, "What are your thoughts?" Now Mags Free, you've been here a long time, and you didn't see me get cussed out probably a great many times off of my 50-50 relationship responses. Oh man, I'll probably do another video, but nobody watched the video the last time I did it. I think some of these topics are popular in theory, but people don't click on those videos. But I think 50-50 relationships are important and are okay for people who are struggling. When I was first dating my wife, man, I didn't have money. I wasn't doing well. We was broke. She worked at a restaurant. I worked at a hospital. Um, I was making like $10 an hour, 9.83 or something like that, and she might have been making 8.50. And that's when we got together and we said, well, shit, we're gonna build ourselves up and we're gonna build each other up. And I feel like eh, you have the right to love despite you not having a bunch of money. And so when people talk about we talk about finances, we identify a person based on their finances. You broke, you ain't got you high value, low value, this that. I get it, but more people than not are in the bottom 90% of America, or just the world economy. The top 10% can do what they want to do, and they can say shit like, they're with 50-50. But most of us come from a place of poverty. Most of us, especially black folks, like we looking at the statistics, most people ain't got it in their pocket. So we got to stop acting like we think somebody gonna meet us, have a career established, have all this stuff, and then pay for all of our bills. And most of the time, women are doing pretty well, significantly better than men are, especially in college and stuff like that. So I think that in establishing yourself, if you're building a partnership, then two partners can decide their own rules for 50-50. I was broke, so me and my wife went percentage 50-50, meaning we both had the same amount of spending money at the end of the payday. I didn't allow her to have a dollar less than me. And so I paid more of the bills, might have been 60-40 or 70-30, but we both had the same amount of spending money. So we live in the same lifestyle. It's very important to live the same lifestyle as the person that you're living with. Too often women say, well, I don't want a roommate. So I ain't doing 50-50. Well, that's fine. Be single or go get a baller. Do what you want to do. I don't do not have no qualms about that. But um, like when you do that, you realize that sometimes a man can pay all the bills, but now he's living paycheck to paycheck, and you get to keep your paycheck. I mean, if y'all both work and if you're an independent woman and you get together and say, I don't want to go 50-50. So now you getting your nails done, you got travel money, you buying luxury cars, you living good, shopping all the time, and your man is just scraping by making the bills because he's taking care of two adults. I think you don't understand what partnership is. And I think too many people having the 50-50 conversation about relationship are thinking hypothetically. They're not in relationships. They don't have partnerships. They haven't experienced healthy partnership and or they haven't experienced the types of situations where people are trying to survive and lean on each other and can truly trust each other. So when you lack the experience or the identity with partnership, it's easy to just make hypotheticals about who should pay for what and how much. But when two people working their ass off to become something, 50-50 is a thing that happens very commonly, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But if a guy got it in his pocket, he got it in his pocket. My wife hasn't worked in maybe 10 years, 8 years, since before my first son was born. So I can do that. And, she's a much better caretaker than any daycare center or anything like that. So, we're not 50-50 in here. I got everything and I've had everything since before YouTube. Um, it's just better for me. Child care is too much. Why would she go to work just to pay the child care bill? Like that's what her check would have covered. It would have been stupid. So for me, yeah, no, we're not doing 50-50, but it's not because I'm better than 50-50. It's because it doesn't work for two parents trying to make sure we give our children a certain experience. We've decided that as partners what was best. Well, the minute my wife wants to go back to work, she can go back to work. If she wants to pay money into bills, she can. If she doesn't, that's what's up. But we set the rules for ourselves. So 50-50 is one of those things where people have a very unrealistic expectation of what another person's pockets is supposed to pay for their lives. And sometimes it can be a little bit like somebody said a 50-50 is a scam on women. I think 50-50 is a scam on women if the woman's also cooking, cleaning, and doing all the homemaking. But 50-50 to me means people are doing equal. Like when me and my wife were splitting the bills, we was also splitting the chores. How the hell am I gonna make her do all the chores and we both work 8 hours? That don't make sense. So if you 50-50, we doing chores together. I got one bathroom, you got the other bathroom. I got the top upstairs, you got the downstairs. 50-50 everything. We survive together. We are a tribe, we are a partnership. There's nothing wrong with partnership. Too often this 50-50 conversation comes down to transactional relationships, and that's what's up. But I think that uh, it's unfair. It's a scam on a woman if she's still trying to be the house mother and the working mother, or the house woman and the working woman. You have to choose one. A lot of these guys have unrealistic expectations. They think they want an independent woman. They get with an independent woman, and they say, "Oh no, you don't got to work no more." So she don't work no more, but she's an independent woman. So she's got ambitions. She might not be the homemaker that he wants. Or she keeps her job, but he wants her to be a homemaker. Well, she makes a lot more keeping her job than she does cleaning your damn house, sir. So it's not fair for you to expect her to work 10 hours, work 8 hours, work as hard as you at her job, and then come home fucking clean, rub your feet, make your dinner, cook your food. That's ridiculous. That would be a scam on women, but that's a scam on partnership. And just get somebody who understands partnership before you start talking about 50-50, because it has to be 100% based on the partnership that you've established. Um, I'm long-winded. I know I ain't got that much time. I did set it to where I'll save these questions, so I will go through these questions and look through and see what was here and what I missed. Um, Somebody said, just got here. So, how do us women who haven't dated in our while due to healing from heartbreak get back into the dating pool and not get tricked into another heartbreak? What are some green flags? Um, my whole channel is full of all of those things. And so, brush up on a lot of my videos. If you're going to get back, excuse me, back into dating and you haven't been dating, maybe you haven't been watching videos like mine. If you haven't seen a lot of my videos, there are over 400 videos on this channel. Many tell you how to get back into the dating game, especially if you've been out of it or if you've been sitting on the sidelines for a while. There are too many green flags for me to tell you in the 2 minutes and 19 seconds I have left on this live, but uh, trust me, there will be some. And if you want to, since you mentioned it, I'll just do a green flags video. That'll be one of my next video. That'll be one of my next videos. I'm gonna write that down right now. Do green flags video. Green flags. I'm writing it down right now so we can. I'll make sure I produce one tomorrow. It won't come out tomorrow because I got to edit it too, but it'll come out in the next couple of days. Thanks for responding. No problem, Sarah M. Let me see. Um, Somebody said I follow a tarot reader who sets a notification banner the day or some hours before you go live. It hits all your subscribers. You could try that, huh? I think for like that worked sometimes. I used to do that. I used to like plan it, hit it, and I don't think it does any. For me, it didn't make a difference. Maybe who showed up changed, but I have never seen any benefits from some of the tricks that people. But I mean, I could just be wrong. But I try not to overinvest myself in how many people show up to these things and stuff like that. And when I start doing all of that stuff, then I'm looking at the numbers, and it gets in the way of me just sharing whatever gifts are helping people. And so for me, I try to just keep this super genuine and super organic, because it helps it helps my mental energy to just stay calm. If I get too deep into trying to make sure I'm efficient at every single portion of the selling and the marketing of my channel, then I turn into a person who just I can't be happy because so and so got this many, and look at all it, and I don't even want to deal with it. So I'm always just gonna kind of throw it out there, and that way whatever was supposed to happen happened, and I didn't overinvest myself. And just like I said, I don't have the viral type of content, so it's not like some people can do that and then everybody shows up. Most of my people who watch my videos aren't even subscribers. So yeah, I'll finish this thought and I go. Most of the people who watch my video aren't even subscribed. Like if it's 288 people in here, probably 88 people are subscribed, and everybody else just watches them rhythmically. I'm not. Maybe I don't say subscriber enough or something. And then of those subscribers, only about 5% or 10% of the subscribers hit the notification bell. So when you start looking at, doing those banners, you're hitting the same people that already got the notification bell that see you going live anyway. You're not necessarily getting to a new audience because most of the subscribers don't get the notification that you are streaming later on and stuff like that. But I mean, I could be wrong. I don't get over invested. It ain't that serious. If people like to watch the playbacks, they can watch the playbacks. It's one of those things. But thank you for that suggestion. I appreciate you. Anyway, I do got to get off here. I'm gonna watch a video with my wife. We're gonna make some s'mores. My youngest son's standing up a little bit, so we're gonna watch some s'mores. My oldest son, we're gonna make some s'mores, watch a video, watch a movie or something, go to sleep. Then we got to go to the amusement park tomorrow. So I know I missed a shit ton of questions, but I'm gonna keep this window open. And I know I've done lives 3 times this week where I had to come back. I checked the other 2 lives. I think I got most of the questions on the other 2 lives. Um, and then the 2 people that were super chatting that had missed, I actually answered their questions. They might have missed that I had addressed them first. But I will keep this live video running, and then I'll in the morning I'll look through these questions, and if anything stands out to me, I'll do a video about it, or I'll just go through a video where I'm reading from this live questionnaire and I'm answering questions, but I'm just recording them so that if you had a question here and you watch the next, maybe I don't know, I call it a live response question video or something. But if you watch it, your question will probably be answered in that video. Anyway, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, hey, do all of those things. Please hit the notification bell. If you want to be notified when I got new content, go to girltalkwithguys.com. The link is going to be in the description. If you want to book a call, get coaching of any kind, whether it's relationship, dating advice, life advice. I even talk to young guys, men, talk to a lot of people, talk to everybody. So if you need help, you can get help. I'm available. My schedule's a little bit more open right now, so it's a very good time to try to get some help if you haven't been able to get time on my schedule because it was so packed out. So anyway, I hope that helps. Follow me at kevhick24 on Instagram. I'm gonna get with y'all later.